Hey, how's it going, PC gamers? Welcome to a $500 gaming PC build. This is a great entry-level build that can run pretty much any game at 1080p at really good settings and really good frame rates. So if you're looking to get into PC gaming at a reasonable budget but play every game at really good settings and really good frame rates, this is the build for you. As always, starting things off with the CPU, I went with the AMD FX-6300 3.5 GHz 6-core processor. This is a really good budget end processor for only $95, and it is 6 cores. If you look at CPUs like the i3, it's about $40 to $50 more expensive than the FX-6300, so this is a great CPU to save a little bit of money, but you're still getting 6 cores out of it, and a lot of games today, they really benefit from having 4 or more cores. Also, like I said, the CPU is only $95, you're going to save some money, and you're going to be able to put that towards your GPU, which is the crux of a gaming build. And the CPU is just a really good all-around CPU for video editing, rendering, gaming. You're not going to be getting the highest performance possible on all those things, but for a $95 CPU, it definitely packs a bang for its buck. For the motherboard, I went with the Asus M5A78L-M USB 3 Micro ATX motherboard. Now, I mainly got this motherboard because it's very cheap, $55, and it has every feature you want and pretty much nothing else. It also does have 4 RAM slots, so you do have upgradability options as far as that goes, but this has all the features you want, and you're going to save a lot of money because it is only a $55 motherboard, and like I said, you're going to be able to use that money and put that towards the crux of your build, the GPU. So this motherboard, it's from Asus. It's still a solid motherboard, but it's not loaded with every feature in the world. You can't go for a crossfire configuration, and that shouldn't be too much of a problem since really, let's be honest, who at a $500 budget looks for a crossfire configuration anyway? So this motherboard should be just fine, very cheap from a reliable manufacturer like Asus, and it's going to get the job done. For RAM, I went with G.Skill RipjawsX series 8GB, 2 4GB sticks. I wanted to make sure that we could fit 8GB of RAM in this build. It's only $60 right now, and 8GB is definitely a good amount to have, especially with more and more games recommending 8GB. 4GB is definitely hampering performance on a lot of games these days, so going with 8GB is definitely a good route to go with. And like I said, the motherboard does have 4 RAM slots, so say 16, 18, 24 months down the line, you do want to go for a 12 or 16GB configuration. That option will be open to you, but right now it just doesn't make a ton of sense since 8GB is more than enough. For the hard drive, I went with the Western Digital Caviar Blue 1TB 3.5-inch 7200 RPM hard drive. Solid hard drive, it's got a terabyte of storage, no SSD in this build of course. Definitely would rather go with the mass storage that the 1TB Caviar Blue has to offer, and for $50 this is a really solid price. You're going to be able to put all your games, your movies, everything on this hard drive. If you do want to go for a 2 or 3 terabyte hard drive, you can do that. 3 terabyte hard drives are only like $110, and 2 terabytes are only like $90. And with the expanding sizes of games being anywhere from 50 to 60 gigabytes, nowadays a terabyte gets filled up really quick if you buy a lot of games from Steam. But if you're the kind of guy that deletes and reinstalls games, that shouldn't be a problem at all. So this is a really solid hard drive. For the video card, I went with the HIS Radeon R9 270 2GB IceQ video card. This is a really solid video card for only $150. At 1080p, this is pretty much going to be able to play any game on the market, whether it be Witcher 2, Dying Light, Battlefield 4, at really solid settings and really solid frame rates. Upcoming games like Mortal Kombat X, Batman Arkham Knight, and Witcher 3, you'll be able to play those too at, again, really solid settings and really solid frame rates. You won't be able to max out every game at ultra settings, max anti-aliasing, and get 60 frames per second. No, but if you can play at, say, high settings, 50, 55 frames per second, you're going to get really solid performance out of this GPU. And all in all, this is a really solid GPU to go with for a $150. You're going to be able to play a lot of games at a very reasonable price point. For the power supply, I went with the EVGA 500-watt 80+ bronze certified ATX power supply. This is only $43. It's going to power the build no problem. The FX-6300 is fairly power efficient, as is the HIS Radeon R9 270. Like I said, the motherboard can't even go for a Crossfire SLI configuration, so getting more than 500 or 600 watts is definitely useless. And this is $43. It's cheap, it's affordable, and it's 80+ bronze certified, so this is definitely a good option to go with. For the case, I went with the Corsair 200R ATX mid-tower case. I've recommended this case several times, and for $50, this is one of the best cases you can get. It's kind of basic on the exterior, but the interior, just like all of Corsair cases, definitely delivers. Just a great case, a value case for $50. It provides a lot of ventilation and a lot of cooling, so all of your parts are going to stay cool, and you're going to have a lot of room for upgradability and whatever else you want to do, wire management, things like that. And for $50, all in all, this is one of the best cases you can buy right now. So thanks for watching this video, guys. Remember, hit that subscribe button, like this video, comment down below on requests for future videos. I'm Cold Mush, and I'll talk to you all later. Peace.